Hello and welcome to the Arcserve Unified Data Protection 8000 Series Appliance Overview. We will be reviewing this new exciting release from Arcserve. The Arcserve UDP appliances are more than just an evolution for Arcserve. They are purpose-built backup appliances, a true revolution. The Arcserve appliances are simple to deploy, easy to use, and yet far more technologically comprehensive in terms of feature functionality than their competitors in this space. We are very proud to announce the new 8000 series appliances. Building on the success of the Arcserve 7000 series and award-winning UDP software, this second-generation appliance platform includes many hardware upgrades with a focus on performance and resilience. There are 16 different storage capacities to address the data growth challenge in the mid-market. We are adding expansion capabilities to future-proof investment to cater ever-growing volumes of data. The Arcserve UDP 8000 series appliance is bigger, faster, stronger, and enterprise grade. With the 8000 series appliances, we are not only introducing larger capacities, but also upgrading to enterprise grade components for better overall performance. The Arcserve Appliance 8000 series will have a modular portfolio with 16 different storage capacities to address data growth challenges, providing source backup capacities ranging from a few terabytes up to 240 terabytes depending on deduplication and compression ratios based upon data type, backup schedule, etc. The appliances are interoperable with existing UDP software deployments and provide all the advanced features of Arcserve UDP in a simple yet powerful appliance. The simple, wizard-driven setup for ease of deployment and usability is ideal for customers that require a set-it-and-forget-it backup and recovery solution. Each appliance protects as many Windows or Linux servers that will fit on it. No extra per server or per socket license is needed. So what's new? In the 8000 series, there will be 4 base models starting from 4 terabytes usable storage up to 80 terabytes. With source-side global deduplication and inline process, source backup capacities will be much higher. These models include enterprise-grade components such as hard drives, RAID cards, memory, and processors to provide best-in-class performance. We've added new generation Intel SSDs for blazing deduplication write speeds and redundant hot-swappable power supplies in case of failure. The Arcserve Appliance 8000 series will be available in 4 base models. Each appliance ships with 4 memory slots occupied out of 8. Ability to add up to 4 times more memory slots of 8 GB, 16 or 32 GB each to be added in pairs of 2. Now let's take a deeper look at the technical specs of the Arcserve appliances. Arcserve UDP appliances offer an extensive portfolio of storage capacity options, with larger units offering RAID 6 for striping and dual parity across multiple drives, combining efficient storage with excellent security and performance. Let's take a look at the models. The 8100 series is a base 4 terabyte 1U model with 32 gigabytes of RAM. You can add 2 terabytes additional storage, and additional memory is available as well. The 8200 series is a base 8 terabyte 1U model with 32 gigabytes of RAM. You can add 4 terabytes additional storage, and additional memory is available as well. The 8300 series is a base 16 terabyte 2U model with 64 gigabytes of RAM. You can add 4 terabytes additional storage, which you can add up to 6 of for a total of 40 terabytes additional storage. Additional memory is available as well. And the 8400 series is a base 32 terabyte 2U model with 128 gigs of RAM. You can add 8 terabytes additional storage, which you can add up to 6 of for a total of 80 terabytes of storage. Additional memory is available in this unit as well. The 8100 and 8200 series appliances come with 2 PCIe slots, while the 8300 and 8400 series appliances have 4 PCIe slots. The 8300 and 8400 series appliances come with a quad-port 1 gig NIC and an LSI SAS card. These cards can be added to the 8100 and 8200 series appliances. Dual-port 10 gig copper SFP, and fiber channel cards can be added to all 8000 series appliances. Arcserve UDP appliances can be implemented in a variety of creative and efficient ways. Here are some examples of how customers can gain the benefit of the appliances locally, remotely, and in concert with existing software-only UDP implementations, as well as moving data out to an RPS in the cloud. For example, in the primary site you see here, a customer is protecting 2 physical nodes with Exchange and SQL installed, and a hypervisor with all of its associated nodes. Image-based backups take place and are stored on the appliance. If the customer would like to move those snapshots to another appliance or software-only UDP RPS elsewhere, it's as easy as creating a replication step in the data protection plan to move them off-site. That off-site location could be a branch office running its own appliance or an MSP site housing its own recovery point server. The replication manages bandwidth required for the customer and allows the customer to control how frequently and how many snapshots are transferred. If migration to tape is required, the SAS ports allow for the connection of a tape backup device to the appliance. If the customer needs to protect several remote or branch offices, they may not have IT staff to support that effort. Placing an appliance in each makes it easy to collect data for local recovery, yet still transfer BMR-ready copies to the main data center. Finally, if integration with the cloud, including the Arcserve cloud offering, is required, a UDP recovery point server can be installed within a cloud-based server and replication can take place out to that instance. As you can see, environments scaling from very simple to very complex can be supported. Businesses of all sizes leverage Arcserve UDP appliances to streamline a wide variety of deployment scenarios. Single site protection for physical or virtual systems, primary site protection combined with copy to a cloud or managed service provider, cross-site protection between 2 sites, a central appliance site with multiple branch offices, hybrid deployment with multiple modalities on-premise, local, remote, and cloud combined. Here we are displaying key Arcserve UDP 8000 series appliance differentiators. Better technology that delivers better results. With enterprise-grade componentry and features, efficient global deduplication reduces backup storage requirements by up to 95%. More source data can be retained locally on the appliance for longer periods of time. WAN-optimized replication to remote appliances or even cloud, including Arcserve Cloud, for off-site backup, retention, and DR capabilities. Now let's take a look at the different support programs for the appliances. Arcserve UDP appliance customers must purchase at least 1 year of maintenance. Customers will receive warranty coverage for up to 3 years on systems with extended warranty options, lifetime toll-free telephone technical support, optional on-site global support, and 24/7 technical support with extended warranties for up to 5 years. Maintenance benefits including depot repair, advanced replacement, and same-day replacement. 4-hour or next business day hardware replacement is from the time the issue is identified to be due to faulty hardware. Arcserve UDP appliances can be purchased with Gold or Platinum maintenance support. Gold maintenance provides next business day on-site hardware support, software upgrades, and access to software support. Platinum maintenance provides 4-hour, 24/7 on-site hardware support, software upgrades, and access to software support. A very important part of any solution is properly understanding how to size your hardware correctly to allow for acceptable retention and growth. The UDP Storage Estimator tool is intended for just this purpose. The UDP Storage Estimator tool is an online tool which allows for appliance model selection or the software-only method of purchasing UDP. It calculates projected storage requirements for first backup and incremental totals projected over a 3-year period of time. It's important to note that DR features such as virtual standby and full system high availability are unique to each environment and should be taken into consideration. In this example, we have an environment with 50 terabytes, 10 servers, 30 recovery points per node. This could be 30 dailies or a combination of daily, weekly, monthly, or even backups throughout the day. 10% year-over-year growth, 5% change rate per backup. The recommended appliance is the 8400 series appliance, which will not only allow for the growth in the first year, but also up to 3 years down the road with the current growth rate of 10% year over year. The 8400 series starts at 32 terabytes with 4 times disk expansion, 8 terabytes each, to get to 64 terabytes raw capacity. This slide is showing a total terabyte not supported by our current appliances, however provides the needed specs to build a software deployment. There will be cases where it is important to understand where and when to deploy software versus appliances, and the Storage Estimator tool will assist with understanding the hash sizing in memory or on SSD, total storage required, and overall memory projected out for 3 years. Now let's take a look at the Arcserve appliance installation and configuration. What's in the box? The Arcserve UDP appliance including a power cable, a couple of network cables, the rail and rack mounting kit, and the quick start guide. Here's an example of the rear of an appliance and the cable connectors. Delivered with the appliance is a rail and rack mounting kit. This kit provides various rails, extensions, and adapters which can be used as needed to secure the appliance to any rack configuration. The installation is straightforward. First rack the appliance, then connect the cables and boot it up. Once the appliance is booted and the Windows configuration has completed, the appliance wizard will run and then UDP can be accessed via the Unified Data Protection Console. The underlying operating system is Windows 2012 R2 with Hyper-V Manager enabled and a Linux VM created. There are several services enabled that you should be aware of, such as RRAS, DHCP server, firewall, and remote desktop. The default UDP protocol is HTTPS and ports 8014 and 8015 are in use. The Arcserve appliance includes a setup wizard which will take you through the initial setup of your appliance. This is intended to simplify and speed up the process of configuring the appliance once you have it in your environment, so you can quickly start protecting your systems. The configuration wizard will launch once the Windows initial configuration is complete. The Windows configuration may take a few minutes as it is the first time Windows has been booted and also depending on the amount of RAM that is in the appliance. Please note that a slight delay is expected here. Please do not reboot in the middle of the Windows configuration. You will be prompted with the end-user license agreement, which you should read and accept to move forward. Next, you will assign the appliance a host name and choose to add it to a domain or leave it as a standalone machine. By default, the appliance will use DHCP as a network connection. This can be changed by clicking Network Configurations and assigning IPv4 or IPv4/IPv6 settings. Once the LAN settings have been configured, choose the option to reboot the appliance for the settings to take effect. Next, we will take a look at the UDP configuration, which includes configuring the data store as well as determining how the appliance will interact with other appliances if there are any. Once the appliance configuration is complete, you will reboot the appliance for the settings to take effect. The configuration wizard will launch, and again you will have the option to launch the UDP configuration where you will configure the data store on the appliances. The configuration wizard will launch again, and you will have the option to launch the UDP configuration wizard where you will configure the data store or the appliances that you will be backing up to. The configuration wizard will open to the Arcserve UDP appliance management screen where you will create a basic plan to schedule backups. A plan is a collection of steps that let you define what nodes, machines, to back up, when to perform the backup destination will be the appliance. The first step is to select whether the appliance will be a standalone appliance or managed by another UDP console. In some cases, you may have multiple appliances replicating to a single recovery point server. To simplify management, you can manage everything from the main recovery point server. The data store will be configured with compression, deduplication, and encryption enabled. You will be prompted for an encryption password. Later, more data stores may be added in the UDP console. The email and alert configuration screen will allow you to enable notification via Google, Yahoo, LiveMail, or other email services such as Exchange. Here you can enter the email server name, port number, who you will want the email to be generated from, for instance, a backup admin account, who do you wish the notification to go to, and whether you need to connect using a proxy. Test emails can be sent as part of the configuration to verify that you have set it up properly. You can now create your first backup plan, or choose to skip plan creation and create your plans through the UDP console at a later time. Under plan creation, you name the plan, add a password, and choose how to add nodes to the plan. Your options for adding nodes to the plan are host name, IP address, discover nodes from Active Directory, import from vCenter, ESX, or from Hyper-V. The next screen is where you will choose when to run the first full and the daily incremental backups. Please note that under this plan creation, daily infinite incremental is the default setting. You can later edit the plan to include backups throughout the day, weeklies, and monthlies from the UDP console. Full and verification backups can be scheduled as well as additional tasks like replication or copy to tape can be configured later through the UDP console. The plan confirmation screen will have an overview of your plan and offer the options of confirming your plan, make edits to your plan, and adding additional plans. The final step in the configuration wizard will be presented with a list of additional UDP tasks that can be completed through the console, such as adding more nodes to protect, customizing plans with features such as virtual standby, and adding more destinations by including recovery point servers and data stores. When logging into the UDP console, the first screen you will be presented is the dashboard. The dashboard will present information on the state of your backups for the past 7 days and your storage. Some steps taken during the first Appliance Wizard configuration can also be done through the UDP Configuration Wizard when we first open the UDP console. The Configuration Wizard can be accessed at any additional time through the Resource tab within the console moving forward. Step 1. Choose your protection type. This is where you will name and choose the type of plan that you are creating. Your options are Windows Agent-Based Backup, Agentless Backup VMs, Hyper-V and VMware. In this case, we pick a Windows 64-bit machine as a proxy. It could be the appliance itself. Linux Agent Backups is the final option. Step 2. Add the nodes to protect. Your options for adding nodes are Add Node by Hostname or IP address, Add Nodes from Active Directory, Select Nodes to Protect in Arcserve UDP. This is an option to protect machines that have already been added to the UDP console. If you choose the Agentless Backup option, then you will enter the hypervisor, vCenter or Hyper-V server, and browse to the host and select the virtual machine you wish to add to the plan. Step 3. Select a destination, or RPS. In this step, you will choose the recovery point server that you will be backing up to. In the case of the appliance, this should be the appliance itself. You also have the option to add a recovery point server if one is not already set up and configured with a data store. The configuration of the data store on an appliance is part of the initial configuration. However, you can have multiple data stores on an appliance if you need to separate your data for any reason. Step 4. Set a backup schedule. Here you will choose what time would you like to install the agent and start your first full backup. There is no need to reboot. Step 5. Confirmation. In a few minutes, you have everything configured and protected with a very intuitive and easy to follow wizard. If you need to add additional tasks such as adding additional schedules, weeklies, monthly, or backups throughout the day, replication tasks, virtual standby, copy to tape, or other such tasks, the plan can be modified in the Plans section of the Resource tab. Thank you for viewing this overview of the UDP appliance. Please check out our other videos with content covering the usability of the interface, configuring specific tasks such as Instant VM, and restores. Check out Arcserve.com today to download a free trial of Arcserve Unified Data Protection.